We had some excitement yesterday afternoon with thunderstorm developing up in the North Cascades in the afternoon and evening as we expected. The remnants of that is now moving on out of the state at mid-morning, but you can see the circulation around that surface low right there, the counterclockwise circulation. That is moving on out of here, but the associated upper level low pressure area is going to hang over us for a few days, and with that, the atmosphere is going to be unstable enough that we will see a chance of those thunderstorms redeveloping again this afternoon and tomorrow afternoon. So because of that, the Weather Service has put out a red flag warning basically for all of the west slopes of the Cascades, the east slopes of the North Cascades, and the Olympics starting at noon today until 10 o'clock tonight. They probably will do that again tomorrow, it looks like. There'll still be a slight chance of a thunderstorm as we head into Saturday afternoon, but it looks like by then things should pretty much have cleared out a little bit, and there'll only be a very isolated chance of seeing that happen. So it'll be a little bit of an improvement. Take a look at the air quality, and eastern Washington still continues to be in poor shape, so that air quality alert stays in effect until further notice. Checking the Bellingham Tower cam, we still see a little hint of that haze there. It was especially noticeable earlier when the sun was lower and shining through more of that higher level smoke haze that we have sitting over us. But the good news is that the air quality at the surface not really being affected all that much by the smoke haze that's moving in. It's mostly above about 5,000 feet. So, and it should be mostly staying there. You can see as we get closer to the Cascades there at Granite Falls, looking up towards Mount Pilchuck, definitely seeing a lot more evidence of that smoke haze there. And that's going to be the story today on into the weekend. As you go up in elevation, you're going to run into more smoke haze than right down at sea level. Part of the reason for that is even though the westerly winds have weakened, our onshore winds have weakened, they haven't gone away altogether at the surface. So we're still getting enough flow in at the surface to push that marine air into Puget Sound during the overnight hours. You can see the effect of it right there looking out from our Columbia Tower cam. What that does is it gets a chance to mix up with the smoke that we have in the air. So it can diminish it. It should improve our air quality during the overnight hours each night. But then as we head towards the daytime, we will see the sun kind of heat the ground, mix up things, and be able to mix some of that smoke back down to the surface. And that'll give us the poor air quality in the afternoons. But it looks like we're really in that pattern all the way through the weekend and on into the start of next week. You can see that marine air sitting there over the Tacoma Dome, looking like a fall afternoon, really. Up there at Paradise, you can definitely see that smoke there, 5,000 feet. So we're into the base of that denser smoke up there. And if you're headed up to do some hiking this weekend, you're going to be running into that as well. So factor that into any hiking plans. As you'll see, if you really want to have cleaner air, head for the Olympics, it looks like. Shorter term, looking out there towards Westport, you can see looks like a pretty good deck of marine clouds out there. They had a little bit of fog out there earlier this morning, but that's lifted, and they'll continue to see only a little bit of afternoon sun with temperatures only in the 60s there. Satellite really does show what's going on pretty clearly. You can see that higher level smoke coming out of British Columbia and from eastern Washington making its way right over the Cascades. But at the surface, you can see the low-level marine air pushing its way into Puget Sound underneath it. So bringing in that cleaner air while the denser smoke moves over the top of us, and that we just get that little bit of mixing down every day, which is going to probably drop our air quality in most spots each afternoon down into the moderate to probably unhealthy for sensitive groups in just a few places. So overall, even though it's a kind of a smoky pattern, at least here on the west side of the Cascades, we won't be impacted that much in terms of air quality. Checking the 7-day forecast, pretty much a repeat for tomorrow. Temperatures both days are going to be in the mid-70s, the low to maybe a couple of mid-80s. And then as we head on through the weekend, we'll see a little bit of a shift in the weather pattern. That upper level low will move away, but then we're going to see high pressure building in from the southeast. And with that, we're going to be looking for the onshore winds to continue to be kind of weakened, and we'll stay in the same pattern we have now with a little bit of air quality degradation in the afternoons, Saturday, Sunday, probably into Monday. It might be better by then. And then as we head towards midweek next week, our onshore winds kick in more strongly. We'll have morning clouds, afternoon sunshine, good air, clean air, it looks like next week, and those highs hovering right mostly in the 70s all the way through the week. Checking the smoke model, this is at sea level. We put that into motion. You can see we stay in the blues, which is pretty much light wildfire smoke most of the time as we move through the day today and tomorrow. So really not a whole lot of smoke to begin with there at the lower levels. But different story, though, at the higher levels. This is starting this morning. You can see we have that dense layer of smoke sitting over us, kind of moving around from all sorts of different directions, bringing that smoke in here. And then finally, as we head towards Saturday, we start to see that smoke start to clear out a little bit as we start to bring in some southwest winds, which should help to push that on back out of here and even improve the air quality at the higher elevations. Checking the air quality for today, we're going to be looking for that to drop this afternoon into the moderate to unhealthy for sensitive groups ranges. It looks like up and down the I-5 corridor. But if you head over to the Olympic Peninsula, you can see good air quality just about everywhere over there. That's good news. Not much different for tomorrow. We'll probably continue this on into the weekend, it looks like, before things really improve as we head into next week. Checking the computer model, you can see it shows that marine air pushing its way into Puget Sound this morning, then burning right back off again. As we get that sunshine heating the ground up in the mountains, we see it bubbles up this afternoon. We end up with another round of showers and thunderstorms up and down the Cascades, so we'll have to watch that. Hopefully no more fire starts with that. And then when things start to clear back out again as things cool, and then by tomorrow afternoon we see another round, but not quite as extensive as what it is today. And then by the time we get to Saturday, just seeing a couple of showers showing up there. Looking at our temperatures around western Washington, up there in Whatcom and Skagit counties, mostly in the low to mid 70s out towards the water. And then as we move inland, getting into the low 80s most spots, and not too different. You get down to Snohomish County, they'll be in the low 70s, low to mid 70s near the water, and then right around the low 80s as you move towards the Cascade foothills, with that the air quality diminishing as you head towards the foothills as well. King County looking at mostly low 80s, a few upper 80s as you get farther away from the I-5 corridor out towards the Cascade foothills. For down in the southern counties, we're going to be looking for those temperatures, a few more of those pushing into the mid 80s today. This should be the warmest day of the week. They'll cool maybe a degree or two tomorrow as that marine air filters in there. And then out towards the coast, the usual the low 60s out along the coast with clouds and a little bit of afternoon clearing. As you get inland there along the I-5 corridor, high temperatures today in the low 80s. And for the Olympic Peninsula, you can see that we have the marine air sitting out there, keeping temperatures mostly in the low 60s for highs. Not a whole lot of sunshine. And then over the interior, especially there along the east slopes of the Olympics, we'll see those temperatures popping up into the low 80s. Looking east of the Cascades, we're going to be looking for that hazy sunshine, that chance of some thunderstorms forming in the northern portions again today. In fact, they're primarily pointing at out here towards the northeast corner where they have a red flag warning in effect that they might see some thunderstorms there. So if you're headed into the northern portion, be prepared for that. High temperatures today, they're warm, not as hot as they have been. They're running mostly in the 80s across eastern Washington. Checking the mountains, you see over there in the Olympics, seeing a little bit of that wildfire smoke as you get up to elevation. So lower elevations of the Olympics is where you're going to find that good air quality for hiking around, it looks like. And you can see this looks like a few cars already up there at Hurricane Ridge. And over there at Paradise, we looked at this picture a few minutes ago. We see the smoke definitely present there. Across the passes, looks like well, it's hard to tell exactly. It looks like we're getting a little bit of sunshine through there, but probably filtered through that layer of wildfire smoke. Overall, our forecast is for partly sunny. We'll see a chance of a thunderstorm forming this afternoon. High temperatures today getting into the low 70s. Really not much difference as we head into Saturday or into Friday. We're going to be looking for that chance of some afternoon thunderstorms and high temperatures right around 70 degrees. Around Puget Sound this afternoon, high temperatures will warm up a little bit over yesterday in the mid to upper 70s north of Seattle, and then Seattle southward in the low to mid 80s. If you're headed out tomorrow, not a whole lot of change day to day. Mid 70s north, low 80s south. We're going to kind of settle into that pattern with very little change in our high temperatures, maybe a degree or two up or down each day. It looks like all the way through the weekend. And then as we head towards Monday, we're going to start to see those clouds start to roll in, so a partly sunny day on Monday, and then it looks like as we head towards the middle part of next week, we're going to be looking for morning clouds, afternoon sunshine, and high temperatures in the mid 70s. Checking the temperatures for the remainder of the week next week in the 6 to 10 day temperature outlook. See those temperatures stay pretty steadily in the mid 70s all the way out through the 23rd of the month. So a really stable weather pattern. It should be with good air quality next week as well, as we're going to have that strong onshore wind bringing in those marine clouds at night, but then burning off the sunshine and comfortable temperatures in the afternoons.